See how we did here. This has been something that we've struggled on since first semester, but it seems like you guys are getting better as we go along. But let's see how we did on this. Okay, stop the side conversations, please. Thank you. So when we go through here, I like to take it like one type of thing at a time. I'd start with my coefficients. Negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. Still frozen, my bad. All right, so I would look at the negative 3 times the 8 first. And then I would look at the x to the 5th and the x to the 12th. We're multiplying 5 copies of x together with 12 copies of x. How many copies of x are we going to be multiplying together? Let's say 17. In the second one, we're making 3 copies of this big parenthesis here. So I'm going to have 3 copies of 4 multiplied together. 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64. And then I'm going to have 3 copies of 2x's being multiplied together. So 2x's and another 2x's and another 2x's. That's going to make 6x's. 3 copies of y. And then 3 copies of 5z's. So 5z's and 5z's and 5z's altogether, that's 15z's. Next, we're getting into fractions. We'll start with coefficients. Again, I got 24 and 16, so I'd look to simplify that. 24 and 16 are both divisible by 8. 24 divided by 8 is 3. 16 divided by 8 is 2. So we took care of that. And then the x's, if I had 3 x's up top and 5 x's down on the bottom, we could start canceling. 1, 2, 3 pairs of x's get canceled. It looks like 2 are left over, and they're on the bottom. So x to the second left over on the bottom. Same idea. If I had 8 y's on the top and 1 on the bottom, we started canceling. We're going to have some y's left over on the top. We'd have 7 y's left over on the top. All right, folks, what happens when we have something with a negative exponent? It goes to the other side of the fraction bar. So now this exponent is only on the x. It is not on the 2. The 2 has its own exponent of 1, which is positive. So the 2 staying where it is. The 2 staying where it is, and the y to the 4th is staying where it is. But that x to the 3rd is going to move to the other side of the fraction bar. And when it gets there, it becomes x to the positive 3rd. All right, last one here, simplifying 15 over 9. Those are both divisible by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 9 divided by 3 is 3. I'm going to write down the stuff that's staying first. On the top, the only other thing that's staying is the y to the 5th. On the bottom, the x to the 3rd is staying. This x to the 2nd on the top, because it's a negative 2, that's going down to the bottom. So that would become x to the 2nd on the bottom. And this y to the negative 4th is going to come up top. That's going to become y to the positive 4th. And then we can do one more step to combine the x's and the y's together. Final answer here would be 5 y to the 9th on the top, 3x to the 5th on the bottom. All right, any questions on any of those? How many of you got all 5 of those right? Nice. How many people got 4 out of 5 right on your own? Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, we saw some of that in our assignment. Let's go over assignment answers.